Hi, this is Carolyn. I'm making an English video because I've been getting a lot of messages from a lot of people, and they're pretty much all the same question, and it's how do you learn Japanese? How did you learn Japanese? Tell me like the way that you learn Japanese so that I could do it type thing. And of course, like, I haven't lived in Japan before. I'm in Japan right now, but it's pretty much just, I'm on tourist visa right now. I've only come to Japan on tourist visa, so I've never really lived here. But, oh yeah, and you've got to sort of excuse my English, because since I am in Japan, I've been here for a couple weeks, but, my English isn't as, like, fluid as it would be if I was in America, because I hardly really use it. So, I just wanted to answer a couple of those questions and ask for, I'm going to do a whole video on answering questions. So, from this point forward, if you've already sent me a message or a question or whatever, please send it again. From this point, I'm going to start the line. And any questions and messages from that line, I'm going to answer in the next video. And I'll make the next video maybe a week or two to give people time to see this video, because I don't really have a lot of subscribers right now. So it might take a while for people to see this and have, questions and stuff. So I'm going to leave a little bit of time for people to be able to see it. But if you've got questions about Japanese or something, please say it right now, or send me a message. But the thing that I will answer right now, because I know that I've gotten a lot of questions about, is first, how did you learn Japanese? And the way that I learned it was, of course, I taught myself, and the way that I studied it was, well, at first, I studied it from those, like, Teach Yourself Japanese books. And for me, I'm really better at learning by myself than in an actual class. So, because I don't like waiting for people, like, to catch up type thing. So studying by myself was really easy. Of course, I didn't have Japanese as a choice either, and my parents didn't really they were like, no, just take French or Spanish. You use those more, So, I studied Japanese by myself, and, it was just a hobby at first, and I really liked this group called Morning Musume, and they were on TV a couple times, and I saw, like, clips, you download from, like, WinMix or whatever, which WinMix isn't up anymore, but, I mean, now we've got, like, torrents and shit, but, I would watch, like, clips and stuff, and I didn't know what they were saying, but I really liked them, so I wanted to learn what they were saying, so I just sort of studied my ass off, and I remember studying for about 5 hours every night, and I would just be in my room, like, studying from that book. But, the way that I really study is that, like, I don't really think about, like, tests or whatever. It might be a sign of, like, OCD or something, but I copy what I need to know from the book, or something that looks like something I need to know from my book, and then I write it in a notebook. But since my handwriting isn't that good, I try to copy it. I rip it out and I copy it again to make it look prettier. And I keep doing that, and it just comes to the point where I've written it so much that it's engraved in my mind. And from then, for the first 2 years that I was studying Japanese, I didn't speak it at all. I couldn't speak it. I mean, I can understand it pretty well, but I couldn't speak it. I was slow. I had to think every time that I spoke it, so I would be like, watashi, 18 this type thing. And you can see from one of my videos that I posted up of my slow-ass Japanese, So, you can't become that overnight. You can't become fluent or, like, be able to speak fast overnight. Even if you can understand all of it I mean, speaking it is so much different than understanding it, because you've got to form the words yourself, you've got to form the phrases yourself. It's just something that you have to get used to. So the way that I got used to speaking it, especially that there were no Japanese people in my school, there were like 3 Korean people, 2 Chinese people, and then like the rest were like white, like total, like it's seriously it's like that type of school. But so what I would do was, since I didn't have a Japanese person to talk to, I would learn like the talking portions of morning musume songs. So I mean, like there's a song called As for One Day, and I can't remember. Okay, there's a song called Akai Nikicho, which is my red diary type thing, and in that they have a phrase, and it's all in English at first. It's like, hey, I've been wanting to ask you so much, blah blah blah, something. But then the whole like morning musume group Hello Project made a Japanese version of that, and that first talking part, I would like study a lot. Like I would just repeat over and over again. And when I would be walking home from school, it would be really boring just walking home alone, because all my friends lived the other way. So like we split off at school, and I'd be walking home alone. And it's boring, and like you didn't have iPods back then, and you had like CD players and shit, and so I didn't have really. I mean, I think people might have had iPods. I don't know. Yeah, I think it was just starting to get. It was 2003. But anyway, I didn't have an iPod, so I would want to talk on the phone. But I just got a cell phone recently, that my junior year, because my parents didn't really want me having a cell phone. So I finally got one my junior year of high school, and I would just pretend to be talking on the phone. So I would be like, I would pretend that, and since it's in Japanese, nobody understands it, so I'd be like, いつもあなたに聞きたくて、聞けないことがいくつかあるの。でも、なんか聞いたら、そこで全ては私も済む気がして、ただ一つだけそれでも愛していますって。で、I would just pretend to have a conversation with me, so I would just keep practicing. And then the other thing is that sometimes I don't talk to myself, but if I'm doing something, I'll just make instead of having it in English, I'll say it in Japanese. So say that I'm organizing something, and I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna put this here. If I put this here, type thing. But instead of saying it in English, I'll be like, ここに置いたら type thing. And if I can't figure out how to say it, I would look it up type thing. And then I just keep practicing. And I pretty much practice by myself. And it might be a little weird talking to yourself, but I mean, it got me this far, so whatever. And then other ways that I've studied, just studied bunpo, grammar, and study words and put them together. I think that not grammar, but study more words, because if you study lots and lots of words and come here and use the words, you'll learn the grammar just by listening. Be like, okay, this is the direction that they put the words in. So it's like you've got a whole bundle. It's like you've got a whole bunch of puzzle pieces, and you go to Japan and somebody's showing you how to put the puzzle pieces down. You learn quicker instead of knowing the way to put the puzzle pieces down but not having all the pieces type thing. I think that it's a lot easier that way. So, but that's just me. Everybody's different. Everybody studies different. So it did take me 5 years to get to this level. I say the best bet, the fastest way is to make Japanese friends. Probably Japanese boyfriend or girlfriend. I've heard that a lot. I've never had a Japanese boyfriend, so I don't know if I mean, I'm sure that if I went out with a Japanese guy or like dated a Japanese guy, my Japanese would be a lot better than it is now. But I mean, I've just never found anybody Japanese that I've liked more than a friend. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you've got any more questions, if you've got any questions relating to this topic or any questions not even relating to this topic, send them. I'm starting the line right now, so any questions after you see this video, I will answer in the next 2 weeks. So, yes. So thank you for listening to my long-ass video. And I will see you again. Bye-bye.